Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to start looking at pictograms. A pictogram is a chart that uses pictures to represent data. Here we have a pictogram that represents the number of students in each class. We have a key that shows us that a full complete circle represents 4 students. So if we have a look at class 5A, each circle here represents 4 students. Because there are 6 complete circles in total, we can do 4 times 6, and that tells us that there are 24 students in class 5A. For the other classes, we have parts of the circle. For class 5B, we have half a circle. Half a circle will represent half the amount of students that a full circle represents, so half a circle will represent 2 students. Class 4A has a quarter of a circle, so it will represent a quarter of the full amount, and that will be just 1 student. And class 4B has 3/4 of a circle, so it will represent 3/4 of the amount that a full circle represents, and that gives us 3 students. So we can work out what each of the other classes have in terms of the amount of students. Class 4A will have 4, 8, 12, 16, and then we add 1 for the quarter of the circle for 17 students. Class 4B will have 4, 8, 12, and then add 3 for 15. And class 5B will have 4, 8, 12, and then add 2 for 14 students. This is how we interpret and read a pictogram. Now we can answer the questions for this pictogram. Which class has the most students and how many? That will be class 5A with 24 students. Which class has the least students and how many? That would be class 5B with 14 students. And how many students are there in total? Well, we need to add up these 4 numbers here. 17 add 15 is 32, 32 add 24 is 56, and 56 add 14 gives us a grand total of 70 students. And now on to the next question, where we will be completing a pictogram. This question says that Marie goes on a long weekend away. She spends £50 on Friday, she spends double that on Saturday, on Monday she spends £45, and in total she spent £230. We need to fill in the pictogram with a circle representing £20. If we look at our first piece of information, which is that she spends £50 on Friday, we cannot get to £50 using multiples of 20. We will have to go £20 for Friday, then £40 on Friday, but we cannot use another full circle as this will take us to £60. Therefore, to get an extra £10, we're going to have to draw a half circle. This is because half of 20 is £10, so I will need to draw half of this image. I'm going to draw this at the top, just so I can remind myself if I need to use it later. So Friday we have 2.5 circles. We now look at our next piece of information, that she spends double that amount on Saturday. Well, for Saturday, double would be £50 times 2, and that's going to give us £100 to spend. So we're going up in multiples of 20. We have £20, £40, £60, £80, and £100. That's 5 full circles. Our next piece of information says that she spends £45 getting home on Monday. £45, well, we start by getting to £40 with 2 full circles, but now we need to add on an extra £5. £5 is a quarter of £20, so will be a quarter of a whole circle. Also, £5 is half of £10, so will be half of the half circle. So a quarter of a circle represents £5, and we can fill that in for Monday. We're told that in total she spends £230, so we're not told how much money she has spent on Sunday itself. To work this out, we need to work out how much was spent on these 3 days and then take that away from 230. So we'll start off by doing 50 plus 100 plus 45, and we'll use column addition to work out how much was spent, and that is £195 altogether for those 3 days. And then we need to do 230 take away 195 using column subtraction to work out how much was left for Sunday. If we do a bit of borrowing, we do 10 take away 5, which is 5. We need to borrow again. 12 take away 9 is 3, and 1 take away 1 is nothing. So on Sunday, £35 was spent. Well, we can put in one circle for £20, but we'll need an extra £15 to reach £35. Well, £5 and £10 is £15, and a quarter of a circle and half a circle will create 3/4 of a circle, and that will be the symbol we use for £15. So we draw in 3/4 of a circle for Sunday, and this is the pictogram completed. And that concludes today's lesson on pictograms.